And as the team gets ready for week one, it's time to welcome in the head coach of the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders, Rick Stockstill. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Kristen. Thanks for having me on.
We got to start with last season and the way it ended, because what a story. The players were all headed home, and then you get the bowl invite to the Camellia Bowl. You personally buy $10,000 worth of tickets for students to attend because you said that the fans being there was so important, and the students, and then you get the win. Can you tell us about the decision to buy those tickets for the fans and then the atmosphere at the Camellia Bowl?
Well, it started out, when we got the bid, I went to Chris Massaro, our athletic director, and I just talked to him about it and just told him that, our two previous bowl games, were in the Bahamas Bowl and then the Hawaii Bowl. And it was just basically impossible for our students to attend those games. And as early as the Camellia Bowl was, we had just finished finals week. It's a week and a half before Christmas. I wanted to do something to, reach out to our students and let them know how much I and we appreciated them and what they do for our program, and just give them an opportunity to come to a bowl game, because they hadn't been able to do that the last 2 years.
And now, as you look ahead to this season, you are not scared of scheduling tough. You have made that known. You have got, I think that's the understatement right there, but you've got 3 SEC teams on the schedule this season. What's the message that you're trying to send by scheduling so tough?
Our athletic director's not scared. I wasn't in those conversations. So, no, it's, I think maybe I might get invited to SEC Media Days down in Birmingham, since we played 3 of the East teams. But no, it's a challenge. It's a very difficult schedule from that standpoint. Last year, we were the only team in the conference that played 3 Power Fives. And now this year, we're 1 of 2, us and San Antonio. So it's a challenge, but it's one that our players always get excited for and look forward to. And, we're not going to back down from anybody.
Speaking of your players that you just mentioned, your son, Brent, is the quarterback. What is it like? I'm just so fascinated by that dynamic. What is it like to coach him at the FBS level?
It's been when I look back on it here in these next 6 months, when this season's over, I'm going to look back on it and I'm going to have a lifetime of memories that we have been able to create during this, 5-year period that he's been here. I had a lot of coaches, in the beginning when he was coming out of high school that, said, don't coach him, let him go his own path. I had a lot of my buddies that said, you'll regret it if you don't coach him. So I tell everybody I meet now that ask me, what's it like coaching your son? And I tell them, if you ever get the opportunity, don't let it pass you by, because it's something you'll regret it the rest of your life.
That is just incredible to hear. I'm so glad that it's gone so well and exceeded expectations for you. And now you said there is the part of you that's a father and there is the part of you that's a coach. As a coach, what are your expectations for Brent this fall?
Well, he's such a good player, and he's, like I said earlier, he's such a team player. He's more concerned about letters than he is numbers. Mm-hmm. And all he cares about is wins. All he does, he could care less about how many passing yards or touchdown passes, all that. He just wants to win. And that's what makes him special. So I hope, he has a fantastic year. I hope it's the best year, the best experience, of his college career. And you wish that for all your seniors, because it's the last time they'll ever play college football. Mm-hmm. That you hope it's such a memorable year for them, because you always remember your last one, your last high school game, your last college game, your last college season. You always remember what you do last. And so I hope it's a special year for him. I hope he has fun. I hope he enjoys playing it. And he'll look back at the end of this year and feel like he accomplished everything that he wanted.
Thank you so much for taking the time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on. I hope you have a great rest of your summer.